Hello, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Let's talk about this Ready to Love, y'all. And you know what's crazy? I watched the last two episodes, but it's just this show itself is just turning me off. Like I just can't get into it. Um, I don't know. And then the fact that some clips from the show have went viral for the exact reasons why it was irritating me. I'm just like, it just it just proved to me why I'm just not interested in it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like it's low key jumping the shark for me. This show, this season is already exactly like it's the people that they chose, and it's not everybody. Sometimes it takes a while for people to show their true colors. Some people know how to act, how to put on what is it, the representative at first, and then we see their true colors later on. But these people, they don't know how, they don't have decorum already. Like they are just completely disrespectful off the bat. Yep, it's giving Kevin Samuels. Exactly. And I don't know, I just feel like a lot of times, especially with this show, it's hard because the women just have a lot more going for them as opposed to the men on the show. And a part of it is I think it's hard to find a successful man that is genuine about finding love that will want to come on a show like this. Like, because to a certain extent, you have to want to be seen. You have to want to be, you know, you have to want that attention. And I feel like a lot of men that are successful probably wouldn't want that sort of attention, whether they're just private or maybe they don't want to be put on blast like that. They want to protect their reputation. Um, I don't know, but it just seems like the prospect of men, it just keeps getting worse and worse. Hey, wavy wubbly. But yeah, it's starting to like the same way I was feeling about Married at First Sight. I'm feeling that way about Ready to Love. And it's just hard to watch black women go through that. And the crazy part is um this is some of the same stuff that I hear my friends, my single friends talking about. It's like this is like a very accurate depiction of the dating pool these days. Um, and I think that's sad too. Like it's even maybe that's why they can't find any good prospects, because this is literally a reflection of the dating pool. I'm sorry, y'all, my glasses. But I am not really gonna discuss or do like a full on review of the show because I didn't really take any notes as far as like giving a play by play. But I want to discuss I do want to discuss the scenes, some of the scenes that went viral these past couple of days. Let's see. I'm just gonna play the audio. I can't remember the names of the women, but it was Lamar and Alonzo that their particular scenes were making its rounds. Let me see if I can pull it up. I want to pull up the full scene. Previously on Ready to Love. Let's see. Okay, so this first scene is um I'm just gonna let it speak for himself. But I will say Lamar, when he even first met her, she was trying to give him a hug and he was giving her a kiss on the cheek or something he was trying to do. And I felt like he was overstepping. I felt like that was a bit much, and she felt the same way. She kind of recoiled like, no, that's not what I was looking for from you, sir. But I'm gonna go ahead and play their little interaction.
Answers. I also got a doctorate. Oh, come on, somebody. Jesus. Come on, man. From Vids, Texas Southern University. Yes, but I'm gonna pause because I need to get in your business. Come on. Lamar, you got children? No. Okay. Next. Have you ever been married? Yep, twice. Okay. Next. How long ago?
Wait, I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it. Because okay, there's always a woman every season that kind of goes into it like this is a job interview. So they start rattling off questions like, can we can we make this a little bit more conversational, right? It's not a job interview. This is not a professional setting. Like, can we, you know, naturally let these questions come out? But I feel like he was kind of asking for it. Like whenever she would ask a question, he would next, 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 and I'm just like, well, you're already bristled up. You're already coming off as defensive, even though he is answering the questions. Like you're being extra about it, and it just makes it seem like the fact that she brought up her degree is really bothering him, because even later on in the episode he mentioned that he was like, you can keep bringing up your degrees, that this isn't a job interview, and um that doesn't impress me. I want to get to know you for who you are. And it's just like, she was just telling you about herself. And what's wrong with being proud of your accolades? I don't see anything wrong with that. It's not like she was trying to say, well, I have a doctorate, what do you have? You know what I'm saying? Now maybe you felt insecure and you was trying to project some sort of condescending attitude coming from her, but I didn't necessarily get that. His insecurity showed. Exactly. Why did April say, now I need to get into your business? He screams insecurity. Right. Okay, let me back up a little.
I also got a doctorate. Oh, come on, somebody. Jesus. Come on, man. From Vids, Texas Southern University. Yes, but I'm gonna pause because I need to get in your business. Come on. Lamar, you got children? No. Okay. Next. Have you ever been married? Yep, twice. Okay. Next. How long ago? 2016. Have you dated anybody since then? Like, seriously dated? Yes. So how long were you there? Why does that matter? Because I asked.
I'm sure. Okay. I could understand. Okay, this is the first time we're sitting down. This is the first time we're talking. She is digging deeper, but I am also someone that thinks you should ask those follow-up questions. And you're acting like you're open to it. Like you keep saying next, next. And so she's continuing to rattle off questions because you seem like you're ready for them. You seem like you come at me with anything type of attitude. And so she's just asking, I feel like, the right questions you should ask. Like, have you been married? When were you divorced? Have you had a relationship since then? Meaning, are you still stuck on your ex-wife? Something I would have asked is, what led to the ending of your marriage? Just, I understand where she's coming from with these questions, because sometimes people are stuck on their ex or quick to go back to their ex, and whether or not, they can always lie, but I can at least say I did my due diligence by asking. And so I don't see anything wrong with her asking these questions, but now he's starting to get defensive. And it's like, well, what do you have to hide? What do you have to hide? This is called Ready to Love. So y'all are trying to find a deep connection. Y'all are, come on, y'all are in your late 30s, 40s, sometimes 50s on this show. Y'all are looking to get married. So I don't see anything wrong with her line of questioning, maybe the tone or whatever. Y'all, you can say that maybe. But outside of that, she did kind of interrogate him. But I hate that Tommy let Lamar and the other men sit up in that lounge and laugh at April like that. I didn't like that either. Okay.
And who are you? April Michelle Butler. And what's that mean to me? Because I asked a question. What?
He is totally trying to knock her down at this point. And who are you? I'm glad she said her name. What she say? April. Okay.
You. April Michelle Butler. And what's that mean to me? Because I asked a question.
Like you said, bring it on. You said next. You said you act like you was ready for the questioning, but then when she actually got to asking you the questions, now all of a sudden, who are you supposed to be? And even if it was starting to cross a boundary for him, he should have been able to voice that in a more mature manner. Like he didn't have to, catch an attitude. He could have said, well, look, at this point, this is my first time talking to you, and I'm very ready and willing to have that conversation with you at another time when we get to know each other better. But, right now I feel like it's getting a little too close for comfort or getting a little bit too personal. And, I'd much rather not go there right now. You know what I'm saying? You could say something like that, but the way that he was talking to her was very rude.
Why are you asking how long? Does it matter? He immediately got on the defense, which is a red flag for me. Are you hiding something? What's the issue with answering my questions if those things are important to me? So are you saying you just don't want to answer? Let's move forward. I don't care about what you've done. I don't care about your degrees. I don't care about none of that.
That's the bitterness. That's the insecurity. That's the you feel like she's better than you. That's why you're bringing it up like that. And so now you're trying to knock her down because you feel less than. I don't feel like she did anything to deserve that sort of criticism.
Because she's not finna sit down with nobody, man. She finna try to muscle somebody, put them in the headlock. No man wants to be in no headlock. I asked you a question about how long was your last relationship, and you absolutely refused to answer me. You should be transparent. It's my life. I was transparent. But if you're looking for love, answer the question. Are you serious right now? Absolutely. Because I'm going to answer whatever you ask me. Come on, man. Get your cheesy ass on. Like, for real. I'm done talking to her. I can't do that. But see, now I don't like talking to you no more. Okay. We'll convene again. Thank you. Yeah, dismiss.
I love that she got up. I love that she didn't entertain him too much further and go back and forth with him, because I hate when even though the men are disrespectful, don't even give them that energy. That's what he wants. He wants you to start arguing with him so he can see, that's what I'm talking about. He pushed her on purpose because he wanted to see her get out of character and make it sound like, see, those degrees don't mean anything. I don't know. I just didn't like the way he handled that. And then let me show you.
Never dismissed. Yeah, you just got it.
And then that's what he wanted to do too. Act like he dismissed her. Like, I'm the one who didn't want you. I'm the one who shut you down. It's like he was trying to push her to the left before she got a chance to do it. Because clearly that line of questioning, he already knew she probably wasn't going to be interested, and he wasn't going to be able to play that nasty sexual game he's been trying to play so far. He's not going to be able to get away with that with her, because she's going to have boundaries. I think he's a high school coach and got an attitude as soon as she talked about her advanced degrees. I totally agree. Or he could have been like Jonathan and said he got to use the bathroom. These men are not ready for it. Exactly. And then I'm not going to play this part, but I just wrote down some of the inappropriate or immature or just crossing the line things that he's done this episode. When he first met her, just kissing her on the cheek, doing just too much. Everything has to be about intimacy in the bedroom. It's always going to come back to that. Like, he just has no boundaries, and he's so rude and blunt about it. Like when he was talking to, I forgot the girl with the blonde twist, and she was talking about she wants a man of God, she wants a man that fears God, and then in the very next second he was like, yeah, I respect that, but what about what about us in the bedroom? And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, he has no respect for women, if you ask me. And also he just comes off as like a weirdo creep. Like when he met with one of the other ladies, she's one of the more reserved ladies, and he was like, you don't seem spontaneous or whatever. Well, I want you to just scream right here in the middle of an establishment. Of course, I'm not gonna scream. I could see if they were like outside, or maybe, I don't know, just somewhere that's not inside. Why would I scream in here? And in some way, I feel like even that was some sort of innuendo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he was saying that as like a purely um I don't think it was a pure I don't think he meant that in a pure way. And yeah, overall he just gets very insecure, so he rests on the whole deviant thing, because that's just easy for him to try to get women that way. But he's just, I don't know, it just screams low value, to be honest. He needs to go. He just gives creepy old guy vibes, no game at all. He's short, immature, and insecure. Hangs out by the bathroom by ooh. Right, his ego needed to be the one to reject her. Cause why was he the one who did exactly? Why was he the one who eliminated her? That's a good question. He volunteered. My husband brags to others about my degrees. I don't understand why her education bothered him so much. Because he's intimidated. How is it unreasonable to ask somebody about their last relationship on a dating show? His reaction was unnecessary. Completely. Hey, pretty score. But yeah, like, it was just completely out of line. It was completely out of bounds. You know, the way he handled that, even if it was uncomfortable for him, even if it's something that he didn't want to discuss or talk about, like, he could have handled that in a much more mature way. So then we're gonna move on to Alonzo, who is another person that gives very much so immature. Let me see. I think I'm gonna look up that scene on my phone because it was more condensed. But yeah, so I'm just gonna play it because, see, where'd it go? I just had it. 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Because they were lighting him up on Twitter. Let me see. Hold on, y'all.
You threw out, and I asked a question that may have been out of bounds for you. How did that make you feel? Well, you were throwing out questions, black or white, summer or spring, right? And everyone I answered, boom, 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 boom. You threw out choked or spanked. I said, hey, that's not a question I'm willing to answer. My answer for you caused you to say, I don't know how this got sexual. I wasn't coming from a sexual place. The general population of the world would agree that those three words woven together has a sexual connotation. But I will not continue to sit here and debate with you. So from this moment forward, we can change the subject, right, or tonight's date will be over. Got you. Things got a little intense.
Oh, it doesn't have the whole thing. Hold on. Dang, I thought it had the whole thing. Hold on, because I want to play the rest of it. But that part alone was bad enough. Let me see.
And a few points have come up.
And they also had him to eliminate her. That had to be straight up mess.
For me, he didn't give me any specific feedback.
And then he didn't. I love how she said, like, yeah, you said you didn't even relay the message that the men said correctly. You didn't even give me anything that I could really work on for next time. So meeting up with you was completely pointless. I loved it. She broke him all the way down.
I'm not a regular chick, so you're going to come with it. Boss.
Yeah, she unfortunately got eliminated too.
So is that it? Is that all we needed to talk about?
That is all that we are talking about. Hopefully we get to enjoy this meal. And I know things got a little intense, but you gave a piece of it. The whole totality of the conversations, we was rattling off questions. So if you want to give me the respect of asking me if I'm meant sexual or not, you should have done that. And that's perfectly fine. and I said what
I'm so... I wanted to stand up and give a standing ovation. I was so happy that she did not even entertain. Shout out to both of these women that did not even entertain that, like, gaslighting. That's perfect. Shout out to these women that didn't even entertain that gaslighting, because you sound foolish. And he sounds like one of those wannabe intellectuals. You sound crazy. That doesn't even make sense.
Can y'all come get this mic off me? I'm not about to do this with this grown ass man.
Next time on Ready to...
Now, first of all, if we're dating, we're first dating, we're just getting to know each other, and you're asking me this or that questions, and then choked or spanked comes up, there's only two connotations you can get from choked or spanked. That's either sexual or domestic violence. You pick your poison, okay? But for you to sit up here and act like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. So did you mean it in a violent way? Because either way, that is none of your, like, that's too much for you to be asking me right now. And she even said, like, she doesn't even have a problem answering a question like that. She just thought it was too early and she didn't want to tell you nothing like that. And he just, I don't know, I just didn't like how he tried to flip it and make it seem like she was crazy, or she was trying to insinuate something or pull something out of what he said that he didn't mean. Like, yes, you did, sir. You did. And I'm so glad that she stood on business and said, like, if you bring it up, like, I can move past it, but if you bring it up again, then I'm leaving. And she left. I'm so glad she actually did not entertain that whatsoever, because he took no, like, how do you take zero accountability for something you said? They are dragging them so bad on Twitter, and they totally deserve it. I'm so happy. Like, I feel like they deserve, I feel like something like this deserves that sort of attention, because like I said, I have friends that are in the dating world, and they tell me similar stories like this all the time. And yes, push this to the forefront and show that these women are not lying about their experiences with these men. Because how am I supposed to take you seriously and you're talking like that? All these men did when they first met these women was make everything sexual. That's all. That's the first thing they said to these women. And I personally feel like it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful that is at the forefront. Y'all supposed to be ready to love, not ready to lust. Yes, you can be attracted to the women. Yes, you can look at them and, tell them how beautiful they are. But there should be a certain line y'all not crossing, and that they are. And that I feel like y'all are not vetting these men properly. And y'all, I'm not saying that people just have to always step in, because these people are grown. I get that. But, Tommy, he like to hoot and holler and go off. Like, y'all need to be checking some of these men and how they're acting. Y'all really should. Because at the end of the day, y'all could be held liable if something goes wrong. If one of these men goes too far on y'all's watch. he really tries to play in her face because there's no way she misinterpreted that question. Exactly. Alonzo is a little boy, and that's that on that. Some of the women too. The girl with the natural hair keeps asking, "Yeah, yeah. Why are you? Why? This is your first time meeting somebody. Why is there any talk of rubbing feet, actual feet rubbing going on? Like that is going too far." And I forgot the girl's name. I forgot the girl's name, but she was talking. I didn't see anything wrong with them asking questions to the guy about, his ex-wife and, when's the last time you spent the block, when's the last time y'all fooled around. I don't mind those questions, but it's also the way that you frame it, the way that you say it, can be a little bit offensive and disrespectful as well. So I'm not saying it's only the men at fault, but the men on this show do have a history of being trifling. What do we think about her saying I'd be? Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, girl, that was a bit much. And maybe he could have heard that and got the wrong impression. But when she says if she doesn't want to talk about that with you, she don't have to talk about that with you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But I did hear that. But she wasn't talking to Alonzo when she said it. Tommy just wants applause. He doesn't add anything of real value to the dating process. I totally agree. There's no real guidance. He doesn't even give real advice, especially for someone that has been married for, hasn't he been married for like 20 some odd years? Like he just constantly throws out these generic cliche statements. And I don't know, Tommy doesn't really offer much, even though a host is supposed to be neutral. But he ain't neutral at them reunions. He love to take the man's side, especially if they're a Kappa. So I don't know. I don't. Tommy does irritate me as a host. Absolutely. No, she was talking to LaRon, then not LaRon. Exactly. And I don't know if the men talked about it with each other and, Alonzo got the idea that he can, do and say whatever, but that's up to the discretion of the woman, not you. Tommy hasn't been married there. I thought, okay, so how long he been married? Because I could have sworn, or maybe he just was in a relationship for that long and just recently got married. Child. Either way, I thought he was in a long-term relationship. Child. I don't even know. But all I know, I can't promise that I'm gonna keep up with these Ready to Love reviews. The only reason why I did this one is because these clips went viral and I didn't mind jumping out here talking about them, but I'm just not impressed. Like, and a lot of it is leaving a bad taste in my mouth. I really don't like to see I don't like to see women get disrespected. And I just don't like, I don't know, it's triggering. A lot of it is triggering and it's toxic, and I much rather just sit and watch Survivor. either I'm binge watching Survivor and now I'm into Traders. Either way, shows like this are like, I feel like I don't want to say I'm growing out of them, but either they're not as good or as interesting as they used to be, or it's just really getting old. Or maybe I just don't have a taste for it anymore. But I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's annoying to me. And I used to be able to entertain it. You know what I'm saying? I used to be able to entertain like any sort of reality show. But now, these days, I'm like, long-term, yes, married maybe 10, 15 years after a long courtship. Sure. That sounds like him, to be honest. I'm binging Grey's for the third time. I watched Grey's Anatomy for the first time a few years ago, and I could not stop. That's the only show to really make me cry, like real tears. I don't know what it is about that show, but it know how to hit me right in my core. Ready to Love definitely getting stale. I can't take it anymore. Like, unless y'all bring some decent men on the show, unless they bring some people on the show that are worth, because I do like to see, the courting process. I do like to see people find love. I do like to see the whole flirting and, you know, getting to know. I think all of that is so cute, but it takes all the fun out of it when the men are trash. Shonda Rhimes is the best. So tell me, do y'all watch Bridgerton? And what's another Shonda Rhimes show? I used to watch How to Get Away with Murder until they killed Wes. That made me so mad when they killed Wes that I didn't even finish. I think I watched the last episode just to see how the series ended, but they made me so mad with killing Wes. What's another Shonda Rhimes show? Oh, Scandal. Low key, I need to go back and binge Scandal because people have been posting a lot of like clips of Olivia and Fitz. And I'm like, my husband could never play Fitz. Okay, and if I was married to Kerry Washington, she couldn't. They acting a little too well. The men are incels. The amount of Kevin Smith talking points I hear from men regularly is astounding. Toxic mindset spreading like wildfire. Is that what it is? Because I do believe that a lot of these men think that way. And I do know that Kevin Samuels definitely aggravated that. I never finished that show either. Scandal was so good. Fitz was handsome. Love Bridgerton. Did you watch Queen Charlotte? I did. I even did a review of it. So if you want to check out my thoughts, my full thoughts on Queen Charlotte, I actually loved Queen Charlotte even more than Bridgerton. I really didn't even like Bridgerton. I don't know what made me watch Queen Charlotte because I only watched season 1 of Bridgerton. I felt like all of the Black characters were like everybody that made a really jacked up decision on season 1 of Bridgerton was Black, and I didn't like that. And I also didn't like the fact that this was supposed to be like, we're supposed to see how things were back in the day if, you know, I guess if racism didn't exist, if, you know, Black people, you know, it's like kind of like that Victorian era reimagined if Black people actually were able to, were not slaves and things like that. But it was kind of the same old, you know. It wasn't giving. Like, yeah, they were able to, I guess, participate in getting married and things like that, but they still were the low man on the totem pole. Like, I don't care if she was the queen. Look at what all she had to go through in Queen Charlotte. No show made me cry like This Is Us. I think something in me still wants to do a video on This Is Us. That was my show. Now that's another show that could hit me in my core. When Jack died, y'all gonna make me choke up right here and there, right here, right now, because that one hurt. And then when Randall, dang, I don't know why his brother's name is slipping my mind, but when they got into it and they had that big fight, and they said, and he said the worst day was when they brought you home. That was the worst day for our family. I was ready to fight. I'm still mad at him about that. I never forgave him. And I don't think I'll ever forgive him because he gets on my last nerve and he's full of it, him and his triplet sister. Uh-oh. What's some tea? Pinky, I've known Will for 13 years. We went to college together. I can honestly say this show is not showing everything. It's only showing juicy clips just for hits. Now, who is Will? I can't remember anybody's name right now. A Million Little Things. Like, I've been meaning to watch that. Let me put that on my list. Because people have told me that was good, but I never got around to watching it. I needed grief counseling. when Randall had the breakdown and his brother ran and found him. You know, I love me some Randall. I love me some Randall. And I totally relate to him on the whole anxiety thing. And so a lot of things that he went through, it just rang so true for me too. So I wish they could just take Randall and his family and just like do a spinoff. Like I would totally watch that. I just give them their own little series. Like I want to see what happened with them. Like I know we saw a glimpse of what happened to them in the future, but just pack it up and give us a little show. Like I loved the blackness. Even though he grew up in a white family, he just completely embraced his blackness. Will Packer, the producer of Oh. Yeah, I completely went on another tangent. This don't have nothing to do with Ready to Love. But yeah, like I said, I was thinking about doing a video on This Is Us because that's one of my most favorite shows of all time. That was like on the money. So I might. Oh y'all, I do have some videos dropping soon. I'm just gonna surprise you. Have your notifications turned on because I don't know what day I'm gonna drop them, but I filmed a lot and yeah, I'm gonna be dropping some videos this week. Make sure you check out the videos I've already posted. I just recently posted a video about supposedly Gen Z is looking older than millennials, or they're just looking older than their age, and there's a whole debate going on on Twitter right now. I mean TikTok right now. Where it's like millennials versus Gen Z, and it's like I talked about that. What else? Oh, if y'all missed my Sephora Kids video, supposedly these little tween children between the ages of 9 and 12 are invading Sephora and their parents are buying them skincare products and makeup. It's kind of weird, but those videos are doing pretty good right now. So check those out. I got some more coming this week, y'all. I've been trying to be more consistent, but it seemed like my technology just wants to break down. I'm so frustrated. Like I started using, I don't know if y'all could tell, but I have a different phone. It's a newer phone, and so I'm able to have more higher quality videos. But when you have higher quality videos, it takes up more space, like on your computer and your phone and things like that. So I had to get an external drive, and I ordered that. It got here later than I thought it would, so it held up production, if you will, editing of my videos, because one video takes up like all of the memory on my computer. And then I got a new microphone, or I have an old microphone that I found that I had, and I recorded a couple of videos with it, and the sound is a little janky. And I'm still debating on whether I'm just gonna upload those videos anyway, because it's not like it's to the point where you can't understand what I'm saying. And it's not like it just hurts your ears, or it's just like little brief pauses here and there. So I think I'm still gonna upload the videos, but y'all let me know if they're just unbearable and I'll just have to re-record. But I really don't feel like re-recording those videos. Both were great videos. I can't believe the kids are wearing red. No, me either. Like, y'all, I'm completely shocked. Like, kids these days are growing up too fast. Like, I don't understand it. Like, kids are in middle school wearing makeup and wearing wigs. Little kids are wanting to wear skincare. Like, I wasn't even thinking about that. Like, I think the most I ever wanted to do when I was a little kid was, I always wanted to do those masks. You know how when they put the mask on in movies and they had the cucumbers over the eye? Like, I always wanted to do something like that, or maybe even the peel off mask, which turns out they're not even good for your skin. But outside of that, I really didn't even have any urge to do any sort of skincare. Now, I might have wanted to wear makeup, but you know, that wasn't even an option. Not in my household, at least. Hey, I know retinol, and then you're wondering why you're looking old because you're using anti-aging things when you have fresh virgin skin. Like, this is probably the best your skin is ever going to look is as a child. Like, a lot of people, unfortunately, that's the best their skin ever looks. So it's ridiculous. I know. My mom was a stickler for age. Okay, my grandma raised me, so she for sure wasn't playing that. She barely wanted me to wear my hair down. She barely wanted me to wear my hair in a style that looked too grown. Anytime I wanted to straight hair, I talked about this on TikTok, but anytime I wanted to wear straight hair, she would bump it super tight. Like, I was always gonna look childish no matter what. She was gonna make sure I look my age. But yeah, like, when I think about milestones when it comes to being a young girl, you know, something I wanted to do was to do my own hair. Like, finally, let me do my own hair. You know, that's something I wanted to do. I don't know. Like, I wasn't, you know, maybe have a little track or two so I could swing my hair eventually. Like, but when it comes to like even makeup, like, I might have wore a little mascara, a little maybe eyeliner, lip gloss. It wasn't even a full face. I don't think I wore a full face of makeup until I was in college, for sure. Pink roller tie. Exactly. What was that? James Brown. Like, it wasn't no cute bump. It was a very tight. What did Nene say? I forgot what she said about Claudia Jordan, but yeah, she didn't play that at all. I was not allowed to be grown. And I feel like I want to raise my kids that way. But yeah, you guys, I completely got totally off topic. That goes to show you how much I do not care about Ready to Love and what's going on this show right now. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off. Oh, thank you, Aubrey. Yeah, make sure y'all like the video. I might go live again sometime this week. Like I said, turn on your notifications so you can catch me. But yeah, you guys, that's it for this video. Low-key, I have a little headache, so I'm about to drink like a few glasses of water and go lay down. My head is hurting me. But yes, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. Love you.